Mr. Owen? Mr. Owen? Oh yeah, Mr. Owen. It's I, Adeline, your comrade of old. I hope you don't mind my intrusion. I just wanted to see if you were free.
Please, Inspector. Please, Inspector. Try to keep your noise to a minimum. I have a restless swarm on my hands who are quite likely to bolt at the first display of aggression.
Oh yeah, I had heard you like to keep these.
Yeah. Put this up.
Are you serious?
Don't be serious. It could save your life.
Thank you.
A rival queen has recently entered our midst, and she hopes to gain control of the hive. Should such an eventuality come to pass, then I could be without an entire year's supply of honey.
Oh, as bad as that, is it?
This new swarm are African in origin. They're a much more aggressive strain than their European counterparts. The attack will start with gentle attempts to gain dominance in the airspace around the hive. Eventually, it will build to such a fever pitch as to make this entire area impossible to any living creature.
Oh, and well, where will you go then?
I shall stick it out here for a while, but if it becomes too dangerous, I shall retire to the relative safety of the Duke of Granbury.
Oh, I see. Does he live round here then?
Inspector, it's a pub.
By the way, did word of my retirement reach you?
Yes, you may take that off. I think there is a breeze blowing in. It should send the swarm up to the South Downs for a while. We should be safe for a while yet.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, I read of your retirement in the official Illustrated Police News.
Oh, really? I don't really read official sources these days.
Oh, really? Now, how do you find it?
Well, Dr. Watson told me.
I thought so. The buffoon. Do you know, if one of Moriarty's gang were to know the true whereabouts of my current location, then I would most likely end up a dead man, Inspector.
We'll find out that, don't we? Yes. Well, in that case, I haven't actually told you why I'm here, have I?
Allow me to deduce it, Inspector.
Yeah, for old time's sake, Mr. Rose, eh?
Right?
Well, okay then. 2 shillings said you can't do it.
2 shillings?
Yes.
Is that all? You set so little store on my deductive powers these days. I remember a time when you would have wagered your whole police pension on my coming up with a solution.
Well, times have changed, Mr. Rose. You know, my days in Scotland Yard are long gone, as are yours in Baker Street.
You have made this journey, Inspector, in connection with one of your old cases. In fact, I would say it is the biggest case that you ever handled in your entire career, and which still remains unsolved to this day. I would therefore deduce that the purpose of your visit is to ask me about the Jack the Ripper case, and to try and finally establish the identity of the killer.
Strike like Mr. Rose. You might as well take the money now.
Please, Inspector, keep your money. I know how little the police pay to their own soldiers these days.
Yeah, well, you know, the one question I should like to know the answer to before I pop off this merry mortal coil is, who was Jack the Ripper? Did you have any clue at all?
If you'd asked me that question 17 years ago, Inspector, I would have given you the solution forthwith.
Oh, don't start all that again, Mr. Rose. I don't believe you know the identity of the killer any more than I do.
Very well, as you wish.
But, on my recent lecture tour, audiences have convinced me that there is a hunger for more information about the case. So, I would like to know if you did know the name at all, or had any idea, perhaps, as to his identity?
And then allow you to publish a book on the matter, and steal all the glory. I wonder if you could remember your words of December 1888, when Dr. Watson suggested publishing a similar book.
Yes, it was, I said publish and be damned. But, you know, time's moved on. That was 17 years ago. The case was lost and my reputation was on the line. A lot of time and water has passed under the bridge, Mr. Rose, since those days. You and I are no longer young men. So therefore, surely the world deserves to know the truth now.
I'm not sure that the world is yet ready for the truth, Inspector. However, I can see how a concise review of the case may be of some use to the police authorities. Now, I think I have Dr. Watson's original notes on the case somewhere here. I have many of his old case files here, Inspector. He passed them on to me for safekeeping when he married the last Mrs. Watson. She had a fiery temper, you see, and often used to incinerate them in revenge after a particularly heated argument.
You got married again?
Yes, twice in fact.
Poor idiot, will he never learn?
Come with me, Inspector. Let's take a walk up on the South Downs. Whilst I try and remember what it was I was doing exactly when First Class Inspector Frederick George Aberline first came a knocking at my door for help.
Right you are, Miss Rose. Please work.